Go for it.
Just, I guess, generally speaking, how would you assess the defense and where it stands right now?
Definitely putting a lot of details on just the run defense, and in particularly in the last game, right, and especially with coming up to this game. Got to make sure we stop the quarterback runs.
Mm-hmm.
But just the details, the urgency of what we do, how we go about our business, everything matters. So that's what we're just doing, is just where first of all, getting aligned, where you're putting your eyes, so you're reading the right keys, then your footwork, and then attacking and getting to the ball. So, right, just a lot of details we're going through and making sure everyone is doing their job, and then doing it in a matter where we got to attack and then get after the ball.
So kind of a mix of fundamentals and reading an offense, reading your keys.
Yes, yeah, and then doing your job, and yes, attacking. So that's the thing, like getting guys comfortable so that way they can just play fast.
It seems, from the outside, a pretty difficult task with missing so many players. How would you evaluate how that affects things and how you move forward?
Well, I would say, who we have is who we have,
Mm-hmm.
and it's our job as coaches to, coach the players, so that way just what I said, so that way they understand what they have to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then the urgency of how we do it, because every team is going to have injuries, and stuff, and we're not going to let that be a crutch or an excuse. There's a job to get done, and, we have to get that done.
How do you when you're looking back in the Nevada tape, but when you do have some guys who haven't necessarily repped a lot this year, how do you evaluate that and kind of, I guess, working forward with some of those guys who are getting their first game reps of the year?
Yeah, well, how I look at that, that's on us as coaches, man, just being deliberate with how we practice, the details, and how we're teaching it, and also with the players, being a deliberate and, taking your notes and understanding exactly what, us coaches are asking them to do. So, that's how you just have to manage it, and sometimes it may call for just simplifying things, but being detailed on what you're asking a guy to do, especially a new guy with limited reps, and then, playing the play. Because a lot of things not really the call, is how we play, how we're going to go attack, so whether that's 8 calls, 12 calls, just reading your keys and then going out there and just attacking and getting after the ball.
What's it been like getting Andy over on the defensive side of the ball? Is he still drinking out of a fire hose, or what's that experience?
I think he's, he has some experience of playing, the edge, when he was at Cal. So I don't think it's that all foreign to him. I believe, just coming back and getting reacclimated and, hearing our terms, and Coach Marshall, who's coaching him, just exactly what it is, and then him having some recall of what that is. Now, there's other intricacies and things that we're trying to get done, but that's everybody.
Was he repping there at all during fall, or when did that kind of start?
Last week.
Regarding the injuries, I don't know what you can or can't say, but do you expect any of these guys back? Like, there were so many guys out. I don't want to go bit by bit, but
yeah, we'll get some guys back. Okay. But then again, whoever's there, that's who we have to coach, and then we're gonna, be coaching those guys hard, and then getting the information to them, and they're studying hard, to make sure they understand what exactly their job is. So that's what we'll have.
Yeah. What's it been like personally for you, like going kind of through this, adversity and last week and all that, and trying to move forward?
Yeah, as a coach, at every situation, and then as a kids, I think this is anybody in this life, because, I think football teaches you the virtues of life. Mm-hmm. You're going to go through some adversity, and then sometimes you're going to get humbled. So then you got to sit back, and then how are you going to grow through that adversity? Mm-hmm. What are you going to come back, look at the film, okay, what do we need to fix? All right, well, let's fix that, and then let's move forward. Okay, so that's for me, that's how I'm looking at how can I get these players better? How can I put them in better positions? So that way, the details are a little bit cleaner, their minds are cleaner, they can play faster, and then they can go play aggressive.
You've got some really young guys having to play roles that maybe weren't expected. What do you see out of Exodus, on the weekend?
Yeah, shoot, he went out there and, he went out there and just, hung with his receiver, and he's gonna have to do that again this week. Because I think UNLV got some pretty talented, a talented team and talented receivers with guys with some speed. I was there before. I know Ricky White and a couple of the guys, mostly that played defensive for me. But yeah, X did a good job, man. He comes in there and he's busting his butt these last couple of days in practice, and Coach Chance with him working the technique. And the big thing is, you know, whether we press, whether we play off, you know, just reading your keys and being disciplined with your fundamentals of technique, and then for him, staying with his man.
I know you don't want to make excuses with youth, but like on your linebacking core, you're just young. Is some of this just the growth process of having a young group of linebackers?
You know, again, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to make an excuse. It's my job, and you know, to get the coaches and make sure we all teach these guys. You know, and like I said, with just the detail of how we go about teaching these young men and getting them their keys. And yeah, there's a little bit of a process, but we got to grow up fast.
Between the youth, between the injuries, between everything, what kind of gives you the faith that you guys can turn it around?
The fight. These guys, they work hard. Our players work extremely hard. They do what we ask, and then what we ask and emphasize, that's what gets done. So I have tremendous faith in all these guys in this program, and this program has always been built off of just grinders, hard hat, the grit, and then guys just keep playing. So I don't expect anything less.
Take me back to Sunday when you meet with them for the first time after that. What's your message? How do you start attacking the change?
Yeah, so then we kind of just looked at it and like, where were the, you know, it's those things I told you, right? Because it was like, okay, fellas, we got to dial into the details, okay? Where you first will get in line, and then where are you putting your eyes, okay? And then that way, so you can read your keys, all right? And then we can go play fast. And then after that, once you do that, then just go attack. You know, go play fast and be physical, violent to the ball, because if we're all doing that, all 11 of us, you may make a mistake on the front side, but you know, your teammate behind you, he's hauling butt, you know, to the ball, and then he's gonna cover you up. But don't play cautious, you know, because there was some plays there where, you know, that's where us coaches going back to, we gotta be more detailed so guys aren't thinking and they could just go play fast no matter what it is. That was what we talked about on Sunday.
Sorry, I didn't talk over yet. UNLV's offense really likes that interesting formation where they line up two backs on the same side of the quarterback. Just kind of what stresses does that present for a defensive front?
You know, it's just like a triple. You know, they're getting their triple looks, right? So you're gonna have a dive, right? You got the pitch and you got the quarterback. So the stress is that you got to play really disciplined with your eyes, your keys, and you got to handle all three elements of that. You know, so that's where, you know, just in option football, you know, you're playing 11 on 11.
It's down the road, but does prepping for something like that help you for later games when you take on Air Force?
Exact same discipline and eye control and fits and fundamentals you're gonna have is the exact same for that week.
They've obviously had some notable changes over there at UNLV, but I guess generally speaking, we'll discuss their offense and just the challenges that they face.
So yeah, the go, like he loves with the triple option element, right, and his pin pull schemes, and then, you know, just, you know, RPOs and then taking shots, you know, and then they got, you know, with the new quarterback, I think he's a damn good runner. You know, they got a, you know, fast receiver, you know, with 21, and like I said, I know Ricky. So they definitely have some, you know, talent in the way that they challenge you with the different formations, the backfield and everything. But for our guys and for us, it's just about just settling down. And once you compartmentalize the formations and the things they're trying to do, then it really kind of, it gets simple, but you got to be able to compartmentalize those different things within a series and the different formations and the personnel that they do it within.
With
Last question.
With what Brennan does with that go-go look.
Sorry, say that again?
With what Brennan, their offensive coordinator, does with their go-go scheme, have you seen anybody kind of run anything similar to that?
It's very unique.
Yeah.
It's very unique and very effective. So, I haven't seen that, and I know Brendan very well. He and I are friends, but yeah, it is unique, and he used to always brag about it. You know, he's like, I got the go, whatever. But no, he's done a great job.
Just to be clear with you, it's like there's no like schematic changes, major overhauls you're doing. It's just about the details, fine-tuning things, and then just sharpening up what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks,
Okay.
Coach.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Okay, thanks.